What do you expect in coal?
Even if small little thing happens.
So what do you expect in coal? Do you think coal in India itself will be broken up, or do you expect it to be denationalized? After all, coal mining is nationalized at this point in time. What do you expect in terms of reform?
In coal, there is some simple solutions possible. For example, once you start talking about denationalization, that's transfer of ownership. Could we therefore, that could be one of the options. But let us look at the other possibilities. Could we keep the ownership of coal mines with whoever is owning it today, Coal India or the Government of India, other subsidiaries? Why not we then ask private companies to come with their own machinery, their own equipments, and say that we like to mine it, and they will be paid as contractors. The coal mined from that will still be owned by the coal owning companies of today. By doing that, in the quickest possible time, we'll be able to produce much more coal than what is available, with no political capital, the political risks that are associated with that in terms of denationalization, labor issues, nothing. By doing that, what happens? In the shortest possible time, we produce more coal. Number two, could we therefore now bring in the rail linkage? Most of the coal is not getting evacuated. This is the problem of evacuation in terms of coal as well as electricity. Even wind energy in Tamil Nadu is not being able to evacuate more because there is no evacuation mechanism, the transmission network. In case of coal, if railways can be asked very quickly to actually start putting up this infrastructure to evacuate it, in the imported coal, could we afford to import 200 million tons of coal? Is it something that we should be proud of? So therefore, we must find out the ways of doing that. And again, I'm talking about coal, gas, oil. There are actually issues, is not so much of oil and gas, but on coal. This coal is located in areas which are one of the most forested areas.
Yes.
We have a very big obligation to create a forest cover of 33% of the land mass. Which will never happen, I don't think so. But still, we should maintain it. And secondly, the social issues. Could we therefore share the royalties of this coal with the local communities themselves?
Mr. Prabhu, that point,
yes, that become the participant in this process.
That point is taken. There's some talk that Narendra Modi will merge various ministries like power, petroleum, coal, non-renewable energy, all into one ministry called energy. Is that something that could play out? And if it does, then how do you think that could improve both, efficiency, coordination, etc.?
Actually speaking, when you really look at it, energy is one basket. You can use it for various purposes. You need liquid fuel for mobility. For transportation, you need different type of fuel. For power generation, you need different type of fuel. But a source of energy may be different, but actually the use of it, either for mobility or for other commercial or residential or other purposes, is the same. So therefore, I think we will need an approach to look at energy as one single issue. We cannot afford to have multiple players to do this. We need obviously a type of integrated thinking on the energy issues, which is for sure, no doubt about it. And that is what is not just for energy, that is also for water. You look at it, the water is just one single resource which is available through precipitation. Either through 85% comes from rainfall, maybe 10-15% comes because of melting of snow. But just imagine the whole water and energy are divided into multiple sources of dependent ministries. So that is, as a consequence, we do not get proper integrated end of the pipe solution. So we really need to look at it as integrated issues, and that's very important for us to actually have a proper handle on what needs to be done.
All right. Point taken, Mr. Prabhu. I can see that there will be a lot of emphasis on non-renewable or non-conventional sources of energy, the other renewable sources of energy in the new government. Once again, let me try my luck with respect to what you know about the cabinet. Anything at all that you can tell us in terms of cabinet formation? Will the NDA allies take an active part? Will you take an active part? Has the NDA been told about who might be, say, the finance minister or any other key ministers?
This is the Prime Minister's exclusive prerogative.
Yes.
Mr. Modi is one of the few leaders who has the ability to think on his own and implement what he thinks about, so what he believes in. So I think we should wait for Mr. Modi to tell the whole country, including me, about who will be in the cabinet, who will be actually running the country, and this is a responsibility of the citizens of India.
You have not been told.
Help to him.
You have not been told yet.
And this is something which is Prime Minister's sole prerogative, and the Prime Minister of India has been chosen by unprecedented mandate.
Yes.
So I think we should wait to find out, and then of course support all those who are going to run the government as citizens. My opinion, I am also a citizen of India, to help the country to run in a proper lines.
Okay, just one final question, Mr. Prabhu, from my end, because we're trying to understand what the NDA government can do differently from what the UPA government had promised earlier on. You spoke about the fuel supply issue, you spoke about, what we can do on Coal India's front, etc. Just wanted to understand on the transmission and distribution losses that are currently piling up in the power sector. This is something that the last Power Minister, Jyotiraditya Scindia, had spoken about extensively, but there were no policy reforms that eventually came through. What do you think the NDA government can do to limit the losses in the transmission space?
This is what I was trying to say. Let me explain to you just 2 minutes. I had launched for the first time the distribution reform. What I said was, if there are the transmission and distribution losses, which I used to call a theft and dacoity losses, which are in the tune of excess of 50% in India, why not, rather than talking about it globally, why not localize the issue? Go to the distribution transformer, which is the last interface between a utility and a consumer. Go to the distribution transformers. There are as many distribution transformers in India. Make it as a profit center head. Make sure that each and every distribution transformer becomes commercially viable. Once you do that, automatically the distribution companies will become commercially viable, unless you of course look at tariff issues. But by doing that, transmission and distribution losses will be reduced immediately. To do that, I had introduced a system of getting the CIT, the communication and information technology, at the distribution end. I had, in fact, that report was made. I had actually started working on it. Unfortunately, no action was taken. If you make this each and every distribution circle, each and every distribution transformer commercially viable, which is doable in least possible time, and that's why I told you I provided 40,000 crores fighting with Planning Commission to get that money for the distribution, because distribution is owned by the states, not by the central government. But despite that, we did that. Now I am telling you, and did program unfortunately called APRDP, Accelerated Power and Reform Development Program, which was launched for the first time when I was a Power Minister.
So will you be a part of the...
That included...
Will you be a part of the Planning Commission this time, Mr. Prabhu?
No, I don't know anything. I'm telling you, as I'm telling you, but what I'm telling you is what I planned. Then, and I had not talked about commission, but I am talking about act of omission on the part of this government. The commission part is only in terms of making policy, which I did.
Taken.
The omission part is something which the government didn't do in the last 10 years.
Point taken, Mr. Prabhu. We'll look forward with interest to check whether you will have any role in energy or in planning in the new government. Thank you very much for joining us with your thoughts.